Okay folks, and here we are. That's right, this is my very first eBay haul. Very excited to purchase my very first orchid through eBay. And here we are. And this is just basically my invoice. Stating $11.99 for one of the orchids, $14, and of course the shipping and handling fee, which was 16 buckaroos, totaling $55.99. And of course, as I stated, the orchids that I got really spiked my interest. I guess that makes me an orchid, right? Anyway, no, but it really got my attention and I could not say no. This is actually some of the culture care for the orchids. Yay! And this is just a thank you and also a reminder to let you know that being that it's been shipped and has been a little bit away from human care, that of course water as soon as possible. Now here you see peanuts. It's raining peanuts. It's raining peanuts. Oh, okay. Enough of that. But yes, lots and lots of peanuts. So we'll go ahead and kind of put this aside. Okay, so this is the first orchid at hand. Da-da-da-da! Okay. And of course I'm going to tell you what each orchid is. Just definitely want to see. Okay, here you go. It's such a cutie pie. Such a cutie pie. Cattleya patricini crossed with Encyclia brassavola. There you have it. Move on to the next. And this is my other one. Okay. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo! This is my Stanhopea. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so this is my Stanhopea. And these are all seedlings. Of course it says near mature blooming stage, so hopefully by like the next year it'll be in bloom stage. Oh my gosh, wow! And look at this. Wow, this is huge. Oh, my favorite. This is Encyclia brassavola. Wow, it says near bloom stage, but I think this is in bloom stage. Yeah, but this is gorgeous. Look at the size of this one. Okay, and these are all 3 of the brand new orchids that I have ordered from eBay, from Orchids for the People. And as you guys can see, they've taped down this cotton fiber-like material to protect the orchids. And of course you guys already seen the peanuts, lots and lots of it, and also the newspaper that they had it all encased in. So definitely pretty good job on the wrapping and the packaging of these orchids. And now we're just going to go ahead and remove all of this tape from here so we can get a better look at the actual orchid itself. Okay folks, and here we are with the 3 orchid purchases that I just received from eBay. Now as you guys can see, I went ahead and took out all of the packaging material, that cotton and tape material, off of here so that we can definitely take a closer look at each one of these orchids. And the first one that we will take a look at is this Encyclia brassavola right here. As you can see, this is a pretty big plant. Very, very nice size. Now on all of these plants, they are listed as seedlings that are close to blooming size. So definitely when I took a look at this, I was absolutely amazed, because this is not what I was expecting as a seedling. This definitely looks like a full-size mature plant. And it actually looks like it is about to come into bloom, and I'm going to show you exactly why I think that. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the potting medium and the roots of this brassavola. Now, to be honest with you, I really can't say that I was too keen on the way that this was potted in this pot right here. As you can see, the plant is way overgrown from this pot, and it just does not appear that they put enough medium in here. And of course now it's just really wiggle wobbly, which absolutely drives me crazy, folks. I don't like to see my plants in this condition. As you can see, again, it does have lots and lots of roots, but it's not in the medium itself. Majority of it is outside of the pot. Don't like that, guys. So it definitely is in need of being repotted right away, which really makes me sad, because I actually probably would not repot this for the simple fact that I think it is about to come into bloom. And let's see why. Now this plant right here actually has two new growth. One is right here, and also the other one is right here. And if we take a close look into the leaves of this, you can actually see a sheath that is coming out right from the center. And both of the newest new growth on here actually show a tiny sheath formation, so that really indicates that this plant is at a point where it's trying to give off some blooms. Now, something that does concern me about the Brassavola is the fact that the coloration of the pseudobulbs and also the foliage is very, very bright green. I mean, it looks like a lime green. Now, that can be an indication that the plant just received lots and lots of light, because it does not have any indications that it is unhealthy. As a matter of fact, it looks very, very healthy. Nice sized leaves, great sized pseudobulbs, new growth, indications of possible new growth, of course nubbins that show that new roots are about to come up as well. So it definitely appears to be a very, very healthy plant, and I am happy with this one. And folks, 1 through 10 with this one, because I was so amazed at the size of this, I would actually give this a 10. Okay folks, so let's take a look at what this Encyclia Brassavola blossom is going to look like. Now, as you can see, the elongated petals that are very yellow, like a canary yellow, and I'm sorry, this really doesn't do it justice because it's very bright colors here. I also like the fact that this lip right here looks like a paintbrush that has been dipped into fuchsia color. And the upper part of the lip, of course, is like a creamy white color. So definitely a great color combination and very interesting appeal and look on these blossoms. So I'm very excited to see these. And also they say that the blossom is actually mildly fragrant, so that's a bonus and a plus on this. Not only is it beautifully interesting, but it also has a fragrance as well. And this right here, folks, is the size of the plant that was compared to the size of the plant that I would be receiving. And as you guys can see, folks, there is absolutely no comparison in the size plant that they gave me, because it is way bigger, way bigger. So again, just very amazed and happy with this one right here. Okay, and the next one on our list is this Cattleya patrocini crossed with the Encyclia Brassavola, which is the one that I just showed you prior to this. Okay, so let's take a look at the potting media, which this one is better than the other Brassavola that I just showed you. And if we take a look, there's definite root growth in here. Let's see if we can take a closer look. Now, of course, they're underneath, so you're not going to see it too well. And of course, you can see right there a new growth that is coming up, so that is always good. And if we take a look, there you go, there's the roots coming up underneath. So definitely this appears to be a decent plant. Of course, this is listed as a seedling, close to bloom size as well. I don't know, this doesn't really look like it's close to bloom size. I would say it may take possibly 2, maybe even 3 years, so that's not close to bloom size. Okay, so this is a picture of the plant that I was supposed to expect to receive, and of course This is the actual plant I did receive. And if you take a closer look at this right here, one thing that concerns me a little bit is I'm looking at the pseudobulb, and it definitely has a very round egg shape, and it definitely does not show any type of roundness in the pseudobulbs at all on any of them. They're more or less the very long, thin, spindly, elongated bulbs, so definitely doesn't look like that one right there. So that's the only thing that really concerns me. I thought this looked way bigger, a lot fuller. Just wasn't in comparison to the picture that was sent. But it wasn't that far off, you know. Definitely looks like a healthy plant. I hope it's the plant that is pictured here. Again, just the pseudobulb just does not look the same. So, but again, I've never had this plant before, and maybe it's just taking more of the I don't know, the brassavola appearance. Okay, so I want to show you both parent plants of course, the seedling. And I already showed you the brassavola, which is the yellow one. And now we're going to take a look at the Cattleya patricini. So this is the Cattleya patricini, and I do love the color scheme on this blossom right here. Of course, again, it's not going to give you justice through this camera, and I am outdoors, so I am so sorry, folks, but I'm going to try to describe it for you. Now, this is a very dark fuchsia in the petals. And in the inner petals, if we take an even closer look, you're going to see like a darker magenta or even a darker maroon color in there. That spotting, that kind of similar to leopard spottings right there. And now the actual lip itself has a very faint fuchsia. And then, of course, at the bottom, that little skirt right there is a combination of the two colors in this, the dark magenta and also that maroonish color. And of course, you can see white right here, and then on the outer skirt of this, you're also seeing that white. So again, very nice color combination, nice petal shape as well. It's kind of like the what reminds me the encyclia blossom that I have, the cordagira or the cordagira, which I like to pronounce it. But you're seeing a little bit of that ripple or that curvature in the petals as well. So this is very interesting blossom right here to be combined with that yellow and fuchsia brassavola. So definitely very interested to see the offspring of that, and hopefully I won't have to wait too long to get a blossom, and definitely will update you on that also. And as far as rating goes, 1 through 10 on this, guys, I'd give it an 8. Okay, folks, and this is my very first Stanhopeia. And folks, I really like this plant right here. The medium was okay, except for it just seemed like it wasn't really that tightly packed in the medium. You can see it. I could just lift it with one finger. Yeah, but again, the medium looked okay, and I'm sure it would have survived that way, and the roots would have just grown through there, so not really a problem with that at all. The leaves look decent. Also, the bulbs right here look decent, and it definitely is in comparison to the picture that they sent of what I should be receiving. Actually, this looks a little bit bigger, and I'll show you. And this right here is actually a picture of what the plant that I would be receiving should be compared to. This plant is a whole lot bigger and has a whole lot more bulbs. So definitely happy with that. And if we look closely here, you're going to see the roots. So definitely has a good root system on here. And of course, you guys know that I do have to repot this, especially if I want it to bloom the way that it normally does, or the majority of Stanhopeias bloom. They actually bloom from the bottom. Okay, so if kept in this pot right here, because there is no opening for the spike to come through, what happens is the spike will actually wrap around and it will die right inside of the pot, so you will actually never see the blossom. So of course, I've already got the actual pot or container that I'm going to have it in, And of course you see all of these openings, and also at the base as well for that spike to come through. And what I've actually done here is I've just filled it up with sphagnum moss, and I'm gonna also fill this up with some other medium, which I'll be putting bark in there along with some perlite and a little bit of sphagnum moss as well. So definitely we'll have this hanging right in my little orchid tree that it's really become, my tropical orchid and plant tree right there. So yeah, very happy, very excited, and definitely want to see the blooms on this. And let's go ahead and show you what the blooms should look like. And here, folks, this is what the very unusual bloom should look like. Definitely has that leopard spotting right there, a lot of yellows and maroons, and of course your creamy waxy white right here, and then you're seeing all of these spottings throughout. Definitely very, very nice pattern. And of course what will happen is the spikes will come downward and you'll just see a spray of these blossoms. And what it says is this actually blooms a very large blossom, and it's very, very fragrant. So of course you guys already know I am very excited to see this very unique alien-like looking blossom. And if I were to rate this plant from 1 through 10, I would more than likely give this an 8, close to a 9. And the plants that I received, which I believe was a very, very good price, my Stanhopea right here was actually $14. My Brassavola right here was also $14. Cyclia Brassavola and Patrocini mix, $11.99 on that one. So definitely a great deal. And the way it worked with them is that they take the highest shipment cost, which in my case was $10, and then everything else that you order is going to be $3 each. So mine actually came out to $16. Definitely a great deal on what I believe that I ordered. Okay, folks, and to talk to you a little bit more about the seller, which goes under Orchid Blaine, under Orchids for the People, I really have to say that I did have a very positive experience with them. They actually put the order in, or shipped it, on the 15th, so it actually arrived to Orlando in 2 days. And this is coming from somewhere all the way in California. Actually, it's McKinleyville, California. And yeah, very positive experience. I was able to track everything step by step on where it was at and where it was going and when it was sent out, and very nice because I was checking like every 30 minutes throughout the day. Yeah, so very good experience. He had good communication with me. He definitely sent me a personal invoice, because I did request a personal one, and you can do that through eBay if you are not sure if they calculate it correctly. Of course, eBay sends you one, but then request another one from the seller itself, and the seller will send you one too. And the seller sent me one in a matter of hours. He replied right back. And of course, once I purchased it, he sent me a thank you email, and then I had the confirmation for where it was at, where it was going through shipment. So very pleasant transaction. One particular advice though that I have for all of you guys that are orchid hunting on eBay, please make sure to go ahead and check their credentials by, of course, viewing all of the comments and the feedback from their previous buyers. And definitely that's a great way to check on the seller and see exactly what type of business he does conduct. And the Orchids for the People actually had great feedback, everything on the type of plants that they received, the size, the quality, of course, also the speedy delivery, of which of course I cannot tell you enough. Some of the problems that I had is commonly known in, you know, certain nurseries, as far as like the medium. Sometimes it's not always the best, but it's only shipped to you where it's alive and well and in good health and condition. And of course it's up to you from that point on to go ahead and repot them into another pot, because as you guys know, whenever you get a new plant, you want to give it a brand new start and do a thorough potting, including inspecting the plant, the roots, and of course sanitizing, getting rid of any bugs or maybe any fungus or anything that could be growing there. providing it with fresh new medium, and of course again just giving it a brand new start. And of course, like I said, the little flaws, nothing that's dire or anything I cannot fix. So I'm very, very excited. So actually, you know, to my satisfaction, to me being happy with the plant, yeah, I was very, very happy. So if you guys want to know more about this seller, you can actually go online at www.orchidpeople.com, and I'm going to go ahead and give you all of their information so you can make contact with them as well. But again, I am very happy at my very first eBay haul. And oh no, folks, I think this has opened me up to a whole new world. Look out, folks. Here we go on yet another orchid adventure.